They were the children of a millionaire, yet they were starving. Arya and Caleb hadn't eaten a single bite since their mother's death, and every nanny before had failed to help. But when a new caregiver walked into their mansion, everything began to change. She wasn't just fighting for the children's healing. She was fighting against prejudice, secrets, and a powerful family determined to silence her. What she uncovered would shake their world forever. And in the end, it would change her own life too. Damien Hawthorne had everything most people only dream of. A sprawling estate, successful businesses, and a family name that carried weight in every corner of the city. But none of that mattered when his wife, Isabel, was suddenly gone. Her death shattered the home he'd built, leaving him alone with their 5-year-old twins, Arya and Caleb. Since that day, the children refused to eat. Days turned to weeks, and Damien's wealth couldn't solve what grief had stolen. 3 nannies had already come and gone, each leaving defeated. Behind the mansion's polished walls, silence replaced laughter, and the twins wasted away in front of their father's eyes. Then came Selena Carter. She wasn't from Damien's world of privilege. She was a young black pediatric nurse who specialized in childhood trauma. To Damien, she was a last, desperate chance. But what neither of them knew was that stepping into this house meant stepping into a storm. A storm fueled not only by grief, but by prejudice, secrets, and a family legacy built on lies. Selena arrived at the Hawthorne estate with quiet determination. The twins watched her with guarded eyes, too used to disappointment to believe anyone could reach them. She didn't force them. She sat nearby, reading softly, leaving small plates of food within reach. On the second day, Arya touched a spoon. On the third, Caleb tasted soup. It was small, but for Damien it felt like a miracle. But miracles never come without resistance. And in this house, resistance had a name, Evelyn Hawthorne. Damien's mother-in-law moved through the mansion like she owned it, her presence sharp and suffocating. She made no secret of her disapproval. To her, Selena was not a healer, not a caregiver. She was the help, a black woman unworthy of guiding her grandchildren. The comments began quietly, laced with false smiles. "You don't look like the nannies we're used to." Then sharper jabs, in front of the children. "Do you even know how to raise kids from a family like this?" Selena held her ground with calm composure, but inside, every word cut. Still, she refused to back down. She continued working with Arya and Caleb, earning their trust and helping them laugh again. But the closer she drew to the children, the harsher Evelyn became. She accused Selena of overstepping, of manipulating Damien's grief, even of threatening the family's reputation. And behind those accusations lay something darker, a need to control the truth, because Evelyn was hiding something. One evening, as Selena tucked the twins into bed, Arya whispered, "Grandma says Mommy didn't want you here." The words pierced Selena's heart. Why would Evelyn plant such poison in grieving children? And why was she so desperate to push Selena away? The answer came by accident. Searching the study for children's books, Selena found an old folder tucked behind financial records. Inside were documents, medical transfers, treatment receipts, connected not to Damien but to Isabel, the late wife. And at the bottom, a name she knew too well, Marissa Carter. Her sister. The world seemed to stop. Her sister had been here in this very house, caring for Isabel. But no one had told her. And no one explained why Marissa had vanished just days before Isabel's death. Selena felt her hands shake as she realized the scope of it. This wasn't just about the twins. This was about a family secret buried deep, one that Evelyn would do anything to keep hidden. And now Selena had walked straight into the middle of it. The storm broke during a family gathering. Evelyn had called relatives and business partners to the mansion, determined to show Damien that Selena didn't belong. She stood tall, her words sharp, accusing Selena of manipulation, of preying on a grieving man for money. Laughter and whispers rippled through the room as eyes turned coldly toward her. But Selena didn't flinch. She placed the folder on the table. Medical records, bank transfers, and then the recording, the voice of Evelyn herself, threatening Marissa with deportation if she didn't disappear. The room fell silent. Damien's hands trembled as he listened, realizing the truth. His wife hadn't died suddenly, abandoned in her last days. She had been quietly fighting cancer, cared for by Marissa, until Evelyn forced her out. The weight of betrayal was crushing. Isabel's suffering had been hidden. The woman who had claimed to protect the family had instead silenced the only person who stood by her. Damien's world spun. Grief, rage, disbelief all at once. Selena's voice broke through the silence, steady but shaking with emotion. She revealed Isabel's letters, birthday notes written for Arya and Caleb until their 18th year. The letters Marissa had saved. Proof of a mother's love, Evelyn tried to erase. The room erupted. Some gasped, others looked away. Evelyn's face turned pale, but still she tried to speak, until Damien's voice thundered over hers, filled with a fury she had never heard from him before. For the first time, he saw her not as family, but as the architect of unbearable cruelty. The twins clung to Selena, sobbing, as if instinctively knowing who had truly protected them. In that moment, the line was drawn. The truth was out, and nothing would ever be the same again. Evelyn's empire of influence collapsed in the weeks that followed. The evidence Selena uncovered was undeniable. In court, the truth came to light. The racism, the threats, the cruel silencing of Marissa. Evelyn was convicted of discrimination and coercion, stripped of her reputation, and ordered to pay millions in damages. For a woman who once ruled over society with an iron grip, disgrace was the harshest punishment of all. But justice wasn't just about tearing someone down, it was about building something new. Marissa returned, no longer in hiding, and opened a free clinic for children who had no voice, no access, and no safety net. Selena stayed by Damien's side, not as an employee, but as a partner. Together, they rebuilt the family Arya and Caleb had lost, giving them not only food on their plates but hope in their hearts. And yet, this story is bigger than one family. It's about the systems that allow prejudice to fester, about the voices silenced when power decides who is worthy. Selena and Marissa's fight was personal, but it reflects a struggle faced by countless others every day. People judged, diminished, or erased because of the color of their skin. So the question lingers: how many families must endure the same pain before change becomes permanent? How many children must learn the weight of prejudice before the world decides they deserve better? This isn't just their story. It's a reminder. Racism destroys legacies, but courage can rebuild them. The choice, as always, is ours. What do you think? Was justice truly served? Or did Evelyn's punishment fall short of the pain she caused? If the story moved you, make sure to hit the like button and share it so others can hear it too. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories that uncover truth, injustice, and hope.